Hello and welcome. Today we've got John Baxter, and today we are going to be discussing mental health stress reduction by 42%. And he has the data and he's going to show us how we can make that possible, especially in the world that we're living in today, very stressful. And just before we begin, you can subscribe to my Instagram channel at nicholas.veniamin, where you can follow all my newsreels. John, thank you so much for joining me. How are you and what have you been up to?
Well, thanks for having me on, Nicholas. It's been pretty amazing, all the stuff going on right here. We kept pushing along, and with all this different technology and helping people, we're doing Clay Clark in December, and that was a fun show. We just did the last one a couple months ago, and just getting the message out in regards to your personal freedoms, your medical health and freedom in that standpoint, and just giving people options.
Of course, absolutely. Why don't we get into the stress factor that you mentioned? How did you come across, with that data? Why don't you tell us what it is you'd like to share with the viewers today?
Yeah, so we have 3 patents on grounding, and right now they're the only patents that make any sense because the art of the prior patent or the individual technology was recalled. So there's a lot of people that don't know that they're sleeping on a recalled grounding mat because it's made in China, and they don't have the advanced patented technology we do. And to further that, the issue of today, it's really important because it all connects. The mental health and the sleep pandemics. These are actual major issues that never get spoken about on the mainstream media because they don't want people to know that suicide is one of the leading causes of death now. But that marker never comes up. And a lot of people talk about the sleep pandemic and and that's a real pandemic, and also the mental health pandemic. What could achieve a rate where people could actually reduce their stress at such a level where their mental health and even emotional health improves at such a level where suicides drop and people's stress drop at such a level that it even affects a drop in depression and anxiety. So what I have here today, Nicholas, is a third party, the only third party sleep study ever done on grounding. And we've done it. It took over 9 months. And I know I was talking about it before, but it's just roughly 40 pages long. What we did, this was a small study, but it still included 30 people that have never been grounded in a period of 6 weeks. And it's not just grounding when you're on, it's the improvement of your daily life. So the study went toward using third-party monitoring devices like the sleep monitors that you wear. And I had no say in this. And that's why it's important to have third-party studies in our medical fields, because likely they just pay for them to give them the results. Now, this is a real third-party study, had nothing to do with it. And the beauty is all I can do is post the results from the study. And I can show you here by sleeping on our technology, 39% increase in deep quality sleep. So just sleeping on the bed in 6 weeks, your sleep quality improves by 39%. And a couple of the other ones I can show you. Depression decreased by 38% after 6 weeks, anxiety 40% after 6 weeks, and stress 42%. So you're getting a reduction in all these things, plus every night 11% increase in deep sleep. If you want to get away from the Alzheimer's and the mental fog, it really has to do with getting deep sleep, because deep sleep is where your brain detoxifies. And so that's the beauty of this study. We can actually say this, that these are the markers that the average person received after just 6 weeks.
So all these results happened over 6 weeks.
Yes.
Well, that's very good. I think that's very, very good. That's a very good news. What do you have behind you? That looks very interesting. Is that anything to do with what you used in the study?
Yeah, I can show you what we've got back here. The bed cover was the primary technology, and this goes around your current mattress. So you're talking, this is the bed cover technology that had the decreases in depression, anxiety, and stress. You can get this technology with our blankets and that type of thing. So it just depends on what you're considering, because at the end of the day, we have pillowcases, blankets, and the bed cover. That's the same technology that the third-party sleep study was on. And of course, if you have the grounding technology, it's a 4-in-1 technology. It has far infrared, grounding, EMF dissipation, and silver. So it's just not grounding cover only. It's the fabric that's conductive. It's the first washable grounding technology that stands up to washes on the gentle wash and the gentle dry in your machines. So from there, the beautiful thing about this is we incorporated the frequencies. We're one of the top frequency companies in the world, and we've brought in a lot of different experts to prove our technology, all the way up to our Tesla technology. So what you're seeing in the background is the Tesla technology. And right there, the red light is the photonic frequencies that you're getting. And this other machine here is half the price of the main machine right here. This is our original Tesla plasma that you've seen before, Nicholas. And, I'm just going to show you how it works. This purple light is offering not only light frequency through the photonic level, but also the sound frequency. It also, all the stuff plugs into this bed cover. So when you're sleeping, you could actually get not only the grounding and all this, you can address all types of health issues. So the beautiful thing is here, we're talking about light, Nicholas, and light, we are the light. So all you people out there that, have heard this, we are actually the light, and I'll prove it to you with one of our multiple oscillators here. And this machine right here, I can prove that it's going to give you the light that I talked about. As you can see, you're sitting in this, and this is a light bulb. I'm just holding it in between. So what you're talking about here is advanced technology that is embedded in the place you sleep. So we spend a third of our life in bed. So you take care of your self-care. And this is where I found myself with my broken neck and my own pain to purpose healing story of how I created all this stuff. It started with my helping myself, reducing my stress, giving myself antioxidants and frequency. So what we've shown you is like what encompasses all these different new technologies that are cutting edge. And of course, you can use this in the comfort of your own home.
Very interesting. Now, obviously, this technology and this grounding, technology is natural. It's ancient as well. It's not, so you're not popping pills, from big pharma here. I'm curious to ask, how does this technology work on animals and children?
Well, the beautiful thing is it's safe, because think about it. Our children can spend time on the beach, grounded. They've been disconnected, and it's really good for children because a lot of them are in front of gadgets all day. This is something not known to the human genome. We've got these new advanced technologies that are offering great service to humanity in terms of connection. But on the flip side, there's that negative consequence. And when kids are at a young age, their cells are still growing. Their brains are still developing. And having these gadgets around them This is why Steve Jobs wouldn't let his own daughter play with his own inventions at a young age.
Interesting. Well, John Baxter, thank you very much for sharing everything with us today. It's amazing technology. I'm going to put the link in the description so the viewers can have access to it. They can get it as well and have benefits to it. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
Yeah, you mentioned grounding and about dogs and cats, and we do have a cat and dog bed. It's just a flat sheet. If you're interested and you have a cat, dog, realize they have paws for a reason. They're supposed to be connected to the earth. When they're sitting in our homes all day, they're grabbing inflammation. They're getting inflammation from our gadgets. And if they're not going out every day to ground, they could be getting cancer themselves. They could be getting the same inflammation and health issues. So what I like to say is just something out of the Bible that has came across in Exodus. God spoke to Moses, and he says, when he was in the middle of the desert, circling the desert, God spoke to Moses and said, take off your sandals because the ground that you are standing on is holy ground. So there's nothing important in the desert, that would appear that it was such a great place, except that you can ground the body. We've lost this connection to earth and ourselves. And believe it or not, grounding is a frequency. There's a frequency given by the Mother Earth that gives us homeostasis, balance, and connection with the divine. So if you've never tried it, try it at home. You can do it for free. Go outside. It might be cold. There might be ants, mosquitoes in certain parts of the world, but realize we've got you here. We've got these cyber discounts and cyber offers you can take advantage of. It's still going on. And also take care of yourself and your family in the meantime. So that's some of the beautiful things about grounding that you could be taking advantage of, reducing your stress and anxiety. So that's it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, John, and we'll speak again very soon. You take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nicholas.